Welcome back to Clean with Kate. I'm up early this morning and so I've decided that as I can't sleep I need to find a quiet task to do, so I'm going to tackle my ironing. It's built up quite a bit over the weekend. I've got 2 full baskets here to do. So I've got a nice glass of water, I've got my coffee, I've got my timer. The first thing I need to start with, I'm going to set the timer while the iron is heating up. I've remembered to switch it on today. I'm going to get my timer going. So it's set for 15 minutes and I'm going to start by folding this laundry on the area. I probably need to drink some coffee as well because, as you can probably tell by my voice, I'm half asleep. I quite often get up and do laundry early in the morning if I can't sleep. I tend to wake up quite early at the moment because it's really hot in bed and I'm just not sleeping well. So this is a task I can get up and do rather than lying there tossing and turning. Get up and do the ironing. Get up and fold laundry. Anyway, so I'm just sorting the laundry. So this is some laundry I did over the weekend. So these are my laundry bags. They need to go back to my messy laundry. That's a cleaning cloth and that's a bathroom cloth. Right, okay, let's pop these over here. There's sock areas. There's another empty sock area here. These are some mats that I washed. I think these are probably dry. Do they need a bit longer? Let's just have a think. I might give them a bit longer. Anyway, I'm just going to put this out the way now. So this will need to go out here, ready to go to the bedroom. This needs to go out here, ready to go back to the other utility room. Right, I'm just clearing some space. Okay, now what are we going to do with these? I think I will roll the mats. I think they are dry. I'm just going to roll these up and pop them out of the way. They are quite bulky to store. This one needs to go back down. I might just pop them over these chairs. My house is starting to resemble a laundry at the moment, as I've been washing sofa throws. I think I will just pop those there for now because I'm not convinced they're completely dry, but I haven't actually got a spare throw to put them on. Sorry, spare laundry area to put them on. So for now, whoops, I'm just going to pop them over here just to air a little bit more. I won't leave them there for long, but they can just air for a bit. Right, let's pop the lights off in there, save some electricity. Right, good, I'm ready. Right, so I've got my area ready to put my ironing on. Just pop that bag up there. All that's out of the way. Oh, there's a stray sock. Put that back in the ironing basket, go back to the bedroom basket. Right, we're ready. Oh, there's some water in my watering can and some water left over from last week. Right, okay, I'm ready to iron. So it's just take me 3 minutes to get my ironing area ready. Have a drink of water and we're off. I'm going to start. With pinnies. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know that I do like a pinny. I wear pinnies for everything in the house, in the garden. I don't have specific pinnies that I wear for specific tasks. They just all get worn for everything and then they get washed. I usually get through at least 1 pinny a day, sometimes 2, particularly if I'm gardening. I think I'm going to need to have some coffee. It is quite early in the morning here in the UK, and I am feeling quite sleepy even though I couldn't sleep. I think I ate too much last night and had cheese as well. I often find if I have cheese late at night, I had cheese and biscuits before I went to bed, which is really silly. I need to go back to fasting for a couple of hours before I go to bed, because I find if I do that, I sleep much better. I don't know if you find the same. But anyway, so let's get this pinny ironed. You might think it's a little odd that I iron my pinnies, but because I spend so much time in them, I just really like to have them ironed. I love my pinnies. It's really strange. If I want to treat myself to something, it's quite often a pinny. Because I wear them so much, I actually probably get more wear out of my pinnies than I do out of my clothes. So I have to wash the pinnies more often. But it does save my clothes. When I was a child, I was very influenced by my grandmother. And in those days, women, she was a homemaker. She gave up work when she got married, which was quite common in those days for women to give up work. And she wore what they called a house coat, which was basically a sort of overall that she wore in the house. And that was quite normal then, but that's sort of, I think that's stuck with me. That she just wore her normal clothes every day. She didn't have special cleaning clothes or gardening clothes. And then she just popped her pinny or her house coat over the top to protect them. And that's really sort of obviously stuck with me. I spent a lot of time with her as a child, and she was a huge influence on me. I loved her house, and I loved being with her and gardening with her and being around her when she was doing the housework. And so a lot of the style of my house is very influenced by my grandma and by the time I spent with her in her house and in her garden. She was an amazing cook. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have inherited that from her. I love food, but I love the idea of cooking, but I just don't seem to love cooking. I'm hoping that this year maybe that will change because I have so many cookery books, and I just love the idea of being a really good cook, like my grandma was. She was amazing. She used to make the most wonderful cakes and pies and oh my goodness, everything. She made everything from scratch. When I was growing up, there wasn't that much in the way of convenience foods as much as there is now. And certainly for her, she grew up in an era when there were just convenience foods just didn't exist. And so she learned to make everything from scratch. But I think she really enjoyed doing it. So it was sort of a passion for her. She loved feeding people as well. She used to bake for a local sort of charity. And she, oh my goodness, another thing that I got from my grandma, she used to take me to jumble sales. She used to run jumble sales. And oh my goodness, I still have that joy. You don't actually get jumble sales now so much. But I love charity shops. I love all that. I love second-hand clothes markets. But I definitely got that from spending time with her as a child. And I just used to love a jumble sale. It's a shame those things, they don't seem to have gone. You don't come across jumble sales anymore, but they were definitely a part of my childhood. Oh, I see to have got a tangle on here. How have I managed to tangle that? What have I tangled it on? I have to go behind the iron. Try not to break the iron in the process. How have you got tangled? There we go. It's untangled. Right, so 2 pillies ironed. Come on, need to go a bit quicker. I've had some feedback that I'm quite a slow ironer. And I think it's probably because most of my ironing gets done in the early hours of the morning when I'm half asleep. It's one of the things that I do if I wake up early. Or I do it late. I do it in the evenings when I'm quite sleepy. So I do it at the times of day when I'm decaffeinated. So I'm not the quickest ironer in the world. Oh, here we go. I do like a white iron t-shirt. Do you know, I don't think I've got anything that's new to me this week to iron, which is a real shame. I think it's just the old regulars, mainly t-shirts and pinnies and a few pairs of jeans of my husband's, which I'm just going to run the iron very quickly over, because I don't know whether you even need to iron jeans. I think it's just, they look a bit neater if you do. Right, that's good enough. Let's get it on the air. Whoops. I thought I'd chat to you this morning about the Fly Lady system, actually. Fly Lady doesn't really mention much about ironing, but she does mention a lot about laundry. And August, which is the month that we're in when I'm making this video, the focus of the month in August, if you follow the Fly Lady system for managing your home, is laundry. So I've got a pretty good laundry routine going. I spend at least 15 minutes a day on laundry every day, whether that's washing, ironing, folding, hanging laundry on airers. I very rarely do a laundry routine from start to finish every day. So I know a lot of cleaning systems recommend that you either have a laundry day when you get all your laundry done in one day, which is what my mother used to do when I was a child. She would literally spend a whole day doing laundry. And in those days, the washing machines, you had to hand feed the laundry into them, and the laundry went through a mangle. It was an incredibly labour-intensive process for my mother, who had 4 children and worked outside the home. So it's been quite full on for her. We're very lucky with our automatic washing machines that we don't have to feed every item of laundry into. She used to stand there for hours feeding this huge, enormous machine that washed our laundry, and then putting it through the mangle because it didn't spin or anything like that. Anyway, I've got a bit hyper focused on that t-shirt. Anyway, where was I? I think my mind's wandered off. Oh yes, laundry routines. So anyway, I've got a pretty good laundry routine, and it does make managing laundry much easier if you do have a regular laundry routine. So either you have a routine where you do your laundry on a set day of the week if you don't have much laundry. But for me, I found the system that works best and worked best, particularly when I had a young children at home, was to basically tackle laundry every day, do some laundry every day. I don't expect to do laundry from start to finish, as the Fly Lady sometimes suggests in her book, but I do spend 15 minutes a day on laundry, sometimes longer, occasionally less if I'm really pushed for time. But you know, it's just nice to keep on top of it, put laundry away, take laundry upstairs, bring laundry downstairs. It's a never-ending cycle of laundry. One of my friends very wisely has put her laundry room upstairs, which is quite unusual in the UK. In the UK, for some reason, all our laundry rooms are downstairs, which doesn't really make sense, to be fair, if you live in a house that is with 2 stories. Because if you're in a bungalow, it's obviously much simpler. You're not having to take it up and downstairs. But in our house, there are lots of stairs, and the house is quite spread out. So the laundry moves around quite a lot in our house. It's really silly. I should have put myself a laundry room upstairs. I think probably the reason is people don't want to give up bedrooms. And probably in the past, the laundry was, if you lived in a really big house, laundry was done for you by somebody that you employed. So I suppose they didn't really think about where to put the laundry room. The laundry room's quite a modern thing in smaller houses. I think in the olden days, probably people did their laundry outside. They had a wash house where they did laundry, or they did it even in the street in cities. So it's quite a modern thing, this having a laundry room inside your house. Unless you lived in a very enormous house in the old days, you probably wouldn't have had a laundry room. This house actually does have a very old laundry room that was built several hundred years ago, so it's quite unusual. It's very, very basic. It just would have had probably a couple of sinks, or a sink and some shelves for hanging. But and I tend to do my messy laundry in the old laundry room, and I do my nicer laundry in here. Right, I've been ironing now for 2 minutes, but I haven't actually done that much. I am quite a slow ironer. If you've got any tips for speed ironing, please let me know, because I am not a speed ironer, which is probably why I have to iron so often. It's still dark outside. It's not often that I iron in the mornings in the dark. It's been lovely over summer. Oh, that's not particularly well ironed. I might give that another go. It's been lovely over summer because it's been light when I've been ironing. But this morning, it is dark. The days are getting shorter. It's already got a slightly autumn feel. I lit an autumn candle last night, so it is feeling fairly autumnal. And it's definitely getting a bit cooler in the mornings and darker. Right, I have a pillowcase to iron. I don't normally iron pillowcases, but this is such a pretty pillowcase. And I gave it a really good hot wash because I've been using a bit of fake tan, as you do in summer. And unfortunately, the fake tan has come off onto the pillow, so I had to go through quite a hot wash. And then after that, it was very creased. So I thought, since it's such a pretty pillowcase, I like the lace on it, I'm going to give it an iron, because I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy getting into bed. Oh, that was underwhelming. I think that's a minute warning on this is one of my new timers. It's taken me quite a while to work out how to use this timer. I actually thought it was faulty to begin with, so I was really disappointed. I still haven't fully got to grips with it. It seems overly complicated, but I'm getting there. Anyway, I'm really going to enjoy that iron pillowcase. Oh wow, look at that. That's like a hotel pillowcase. I love the feeling of getting into a bed with fresh bedding, and if it's ironed, it just feels like a hotel room. So that's something to look forward to when I make my bed later. It's Monday today, and in the Fly Lady cleaning system, Monday is the day that you change your bedding, or you change the bedding in one of the beds in the house. I don't know if I'm going to do ours today because my husband did it last week, and so it's still really nice and clean. So I'm not going to. I may do one of the spare rooms. Oh, I'm going to reset the timer and see if I can get some more done. So I haven't actually had my coffee yet. Okay, we've got another 15 minutes on the timer. So if you're still with me, well done. You've stayed with me for 15 minutes. If you'd like to iron along with me, get your ironing board out and iron with me. We'll just be ironing buddies. We'll have a little chat. It just makes the time go a bit quicker. Right, let's hang that up to dry. Pop it on the bottom. It's just a little camisole top. I'm tending to notice what I'm doing is I'm ironing my stuff first. Is that selfish of me? Probably. But I do like my stuff ironed. So I'm ironing my little camisole tops, which I wear. I wear them all year round, actually. They're just really nice underneath things, and you even wear them under t-shirts. They just give you that extra layer. I feel the cold quite a lot, so in spring and autumn and winter, I definitely need that extra layer. Although it has been lovely and warm recently. Oh, that's another pinny. Oh, this is one of my favourite ones. I absolutely love this one. I don't know, where did I get this one from? It's so pretty. I think it's actually an Arga pinny, but I love the floral pattern on it. It just reminds me of wallpaper, actually. One of my favourite wallpapers. It reminds me of a wallpaper that I would absolutely love by Colfax and Fowler. I can't actually remember the name of the wallpaper. It's a really well-known one, or fabric pattern, a rose one, but this reminds me of it. We don't actually have any wallpaper in our house. I love wallpaper. Why don't we have any wallpaper in our house? I think I've always felt it wasn't practical, and I'm quite a practical person, and I like things to be robust and to cope with life and dogs and mess. And I feel like if we wallpapered, it would just get damaged so quickly in our house. Whether that's true, I don't know. I've never actually had wallpaper. Maybe I need to treat myself to a small area in the house that's wallpapered, because I've loved that fabric now, that pattern, for so long that I've actually bought a pinny that reminds me of it. One of my friends does have that wallpaper in her house, and I absolutely adore it. Absolutely adore it. I maybe should talk to her and see how it's worn. Has it stood the test of time? It's a classic pattern. A classic sort of English country garden pattern. And the colour, I just love the colours. All right. Let's just finish this pinny. Mustn't be perfectionist about it. I think that might be one of the reasons my ironing takes me too long. I think I want to get it looking, in inverted commas, perfect, but of course that's unachievable, certainly for me. I'm not that good an ironer. So good enough. And especially as these pinnies are getting literally worn once and then washed. I don't need to spend ages ironing them, do I? And nobody except you probably sees me in them. Or anybody that comes to the house sort of unexpectedly will see me in my pinny. Or anyone that comes round for something to eat or sees me washing dishes will see me in my pinny. But otherwise, it's mainly I mainly do it for me. Oh dear, I don't know what's happened to these jeans. That's not good, is it? I think I'm probably going to need to take that off altogether. That hasn't done well in the washing machine. And I think these are his favourite jeans. So I'm just going to quickly, whoops, I hope I didn't do that with the iron last time. Just going to quickly whiz the iron over the jeans. Jeans do not need to be particularly well ironed. It's just to soften the fabric up a little bit. I'm going to take these around the back of the area. There we go. That was nice and easy. Oh, this is going to be difficult. This is a sun hat that I washed because I've got it absolutely covered. I wear it to gardening, and I got it so dirty last week because I was gardening, and I don't know why, but I got it covered in mud. Just one of those things. But it's been so sunny, I've needed a sun hat. in the garden. But how do you iron a sun hat? This is a new one. Actually, it's not quite as bad as I thought. I'm not sure it's ever going to look as good as it did when I bought it. I've had it for several years, so this is probably only the first time it's actually needed a wash. So it's pretty good. It's not actually that bad. It is just my gardening hat to keep the sun off my hair and my face. I really don't think that is going to come up particularly well. Oh my goodness. If you've got any tips for ironing hats, I'd love to hear them. Well, I think it's very pretty if you have it that way around, actually. Let's see if I can pop it flat and iron it better. Making a pig's ear of this one, as one of you reminded me. That's the same my dad used to love to use. There we go. That's a bit better. Let's pop it on. That's good enough. That's good enough. I don't know where I might hang that on a sock area to dry. Okay, yep, that's good. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, golly, this is going to be a long ironing session. I haven't actually had any of my coffee. I hope you've grabbed a coffee. Hope you've grabbed your iron and you're ironing with me. Let me know if you are. I hope I'm inspiring you to tackle your ironing and not just let it pile up. If it's piled up too much, sometimes it's best just to put it away, not iron it, and start again. Just like with emails, sometimes rather than going through every single email, sometimes I just have to say, I'm going to just bulk delete. I'll just scan through them, see if there's anything important that I need to look at, and the rest I can just bulk delete. I get so many junk emails in my sort of email messages. It's very easy to get overwhelmed by your ironing, and sometimes you just got to bulk delete your ironing and say, next time it'll get ironed. If you've got any tips or hacks for making the ironing easier or ways to reduce the amount of ironing you have to do, please let me know in comments. I'd love to hear them. I'm always willing to learn new things. Or any ways to make ironing more fun. My top tips for making ironing easier are do it in small batches, or do it in a big batch with a really good film to watch. But today I'm just doing it in small batches. I like using a timer. I think a timer is such a good productivity tool for so many tasks. I particularly find it's helpful for ironing because psychologically I just sort of tell myself I'll iron for 15 minutes and then I'll stop. Oh, I'm just having a sip of coffee. Right, this is a sweatshirt. So this is just something I wear after Pilates to keep me wet because I get cold when I do things like yoga or Pilates. So it's a massive oversized sweatshirt that I bought at a charity shop quite recently actually, just because I needed something to sling over my Pilates gear. So I could just, come home with this because it's summer. I don't really need a coat. So I just wanted a nice big warm hoodie. And this is perfect. It's sort of summer colours. And it just needs a very, very quick iron. It'd also make really good winter pyjamas because it's so huge. And I love the colour. I love that colour. Such a pretty colour. It sparks joy. Right, let's go back into the ironing basket. Another t-shirt. I have a uniform, which means I don't have to think too hard about what I wear. I don't have to think too hard about what I buy, to be fair. But in summer, my uniform basically consists of white vests, white t-shirts, and a skirt. It's very simple. I don't have to think about it each day. If I go to the gym or I go to a yoga class, it's basically the same, but with yoga pants or leggings. So the white t-shirt, I find a white t-shirt is just such a versatile thing to have in your wardrobe. I have, as you can see from my ironing, I have lots. And I wear a clean white t-shirt every day. And I just find I don't have to think about what I wear. Dressing every morning is so easy when you've sort of got almost a home uniform. Whatever I'm doing, I basically wear the same things. I wear a white t-shirt and a skirt, or white t-shirt and a pair of jeans. occasionally I put a dress on. I have got some really beautiful dresses, and I have phases where I wear dresses all the time. But the last couple of years, I've definitely been in a white t-shirt phase. There's something about the freshness in summer of the white. And again, in winter, you can still wear it, but I usually layer and so put some darker colours or brighter colours over the top. It's just a really good base. I think white is the universal colour. It goes with everything. So if you have problems deciding what to wear in the morning, and you don't want to spend time on it, then this is something I've found really helpful for me. And then all I have to decide is which skirt I'm going to wear. Because the tops, as you can see, that's pretty much sorted. So here's one of my favourite skirts. You've probably seen this come through the laundry basket a few times. I love this pink skirt. I picked it up. I think it's a Bowden skirt. I picked it up in a charity shop, which if you're American is a thrift shop. It is Bowden, and it's just such a happy skirt. It definitely sparks joy. It's not necessarily an easy skirt to iron, but it's worth it because the colour is just so beautiful. To me, this is a happy colour, and it just screams summer. I don't think you could wear this at any other time of year, really, except summer. Maybe I could get away with it a little bit in early autumn, but it's just summer. It's almost a I don't know what colour you would call this. It's just one of my favourite covered skirts. I love all the frills and the fussiness of it. I don't love ironing it. Oh my goodness, it's not a fun skirt to iron. But what I do find is I can get quite a few days wear out of this skirt as long as I wear my pinnies and don't get anything horrible on it. It's actually more practical than it looks. It's just I really enjoy wearing it. Oops, golly, careful, Kate, you're going to burn the skirt. Have to be a bit careful. I think this iron might be depositing some sort of mucky water out of it. Last time I did my ironing, I completely forgot to empty the iron. And then I remembered a couple of days later, I mustn't overfill this. Just pop a little bit in. Made that mistake last time as well. Okay, that's probably enough. But it's really important when you finish your ironing, if you're using an iron like I do with water in it, that you remember to empty the water out of the iron. Because what happens is, if you leave it in the iron, as I did, the water in the iron becomes quite dirty. It gets mould growing in it. And actually, I think this one's done that because it is marking my skirt a little bit. I think it's leaving like a black mark on the skirt. In fact, I think I'm going to stop ironing that now. It's funny, it didn't, maybe it's this skirt. It didn't do that to any of the white t-shirts. So hopefully it's just the skirt. I'm hopefully not burning the skirt. Anyway, I think that's good enough. I don't want to risk burning my beautiful skirt. I think I'll go back to a white t-shirt because that will give me an idea as to whether it's the iron or whether it's the skirt. Because if it's depositing black, it's going to show on this white t-shirt, isn't it? Another joy of a white t-shirt is if you do get something horrible on them, like I'm a whiz spilling things down myself, food usually, or if I'm in the garden, I'm putting my muddy hands on my white t-shirts. But the joy of a white t-shirt is if you get stains on it, you just put a stain remover on it, or if the worst comes to worst, you could bung it in a bucket full of dilute bleach, that's soapy bleach, and you can bleach them. You can't really do that with other colours. White is very forgiving because you can always bleach it. And I think that's another of the reasons that I really love a white t-shirt. If you have any really good hacks for making your life simpler regarding clothes or anything you find that works really well for you regarding having a sort of uniform almost, let me know in comments. I know a lot of people find jeans and a t-shirt is their go-to uniform. You don't have to think about it. You just put it in, everyday jeans and t-shirt. And I must admit, I seem to have gone down a bit of a denim phase recently. Oh, good. That's my 1 minute warning. And this time is quite good. It gives you a 1 minute warning. This is a new feature that I've never had on a timer before. And actually, I've got quite a lot of ironing done, but golly, I'm just not getting to the bottom of these baskets at the moment. I think it may be because I'm chatting to you. It's slowing me down a little bit. And also because I'm doing it when I'm half asleep and I haven't drank enough coffee. Maybe I need to actually drink the coffee before I start the ironing. I'm probably going to have to iron again this evening because I would really like to empty these baskets. The other thing, of course, is I have been getting through a lot of white t-shirts recently because it's been so beautiful, the weather. I've been wearing white t-shirts every day. I've been gardening every day. And so they're getting really messy. I'm not ever getting more than a day out of a t-shirt. And some days I'm actually having to change halfway through the day if I'm going out because the t-shirt's already mucky. Right, there's the timer going. Okay, let's stop the timer. Okay, so I've ironed now for 2 lots of 15 minutes and I definitely feel like it's time for a break. Time for a break for you and for me and do something else. So I'm just going to finish this t-shirt. Oh my goodness, is it still creased? It is. Come on, Kate. This is proving quite difficult to iron, this one. There we are. I'm just going to finish that one and then I'm going to pan back and have a look at what I've done. And then I'm going to go and have a cup of coffee. Because although I made my coffee, didn't actually drink it. It's still sat over there. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. That is a good start to my week. Look at that. That is all the ironing that I've done. Okay, I still have a basket and a half of laundry left. So it's not my best ever ironing session, but I had a lot of laundry to start with. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you've managed to iron along with me and get some of your ironing done, or just fold laundry or put laundry away while you've been listening. Any feedback, I'd love to hear from you. Any tips or hacks that you've got for dealing with your laundry, pop them in comments. If you're enjoying my content, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit subscribe. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm off to have my coffee now. Got it here. It's probably gone cold, but I'll still drink it. Anyway, bye for now.